Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
There you go. Finally, Friday edition of the Odd News. Scott and Daisy delivering it for you today. And starting off with the news attack where the first part is true and the second part is what, Daisy?
Fake.
Fake.
Right?
Fake.
Okay, not
Fake.
real.
All right.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. FBI had to get involved after a professional football player received threats from a family member who wanted his money.
Oh.
Yes. You know how moms can be.
Oh, wow.
More and more states are beginning to give farmers permission to spray their orange and grapefruit crops with antibiotics.
Oh, that's not bad, is it? Sounds like
Hell, no.
healthy.
Good news is that the practice has severely reduced the number of oranges and grapefruits complaining of strep throat.
Oh, no. The bad
Why are we
kind of
giving
antibiotics.
fruit antibiotics?
Right.
Don't they have like vitamin C in them?
Oh, right. Yeah. I was thinking of antioxidants. They already have antioxidants, too.
Let's ask Angelique. She'll know.
Hi, Angelique.
She hates to be on the radio.
Oh.
All right. Famous tightrope walker Nick Walanda of the famous Flying Walandas plans to cross New York's Times Square high above on a wire.
A Wawanda?
A Walanda.
A
Of the
Walanda?
Flying Walandas. It's the family name. They've been doing circus
okay.
acrobats for years.
I thought it was an animal.
He walks on a tightrope. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the wild Nick Walanda. All right. And if you're in New York, it's still probably safer than trying to walk across the street.
Aha. That actually sounds right.
This summer in China, the movie maker Lionsgate will open an amusement park based on its movies such as The Hunger Games and Twilight. There will be the world's first vertical amusement park, soaring 10 stories high.
Who wants to go 10 stories high for an amusement park?
That's right.
Is that the Mile High Club or something?
Disney parks have a magic castle. This one will have an enchanted escalator.
Enchanted escalator.
And we can't get Daisy off of it. Up and down, up and down. Scientists have spotted wild chimps doing something quite unusual. Cracking open tortoise shells and then eating the tortoise.
Oh, ew.
See, we're all cannibals deep down inside.
That was a monkey.
Yeah. Chimpanzees. Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
It's like,
we are related.
so I guess this is the one time that for the tortoise, slow and steady definitely didn't win the race.
Uh-oh.
Which prompts me to say...
Stop, monkey, stop. Stop, monkey. Oh, that feels so good. No, that feels bad. No, stop, please.
Oh, my God.
Okay, sorry. Oahu's Kauai Beach has been named this year's best beach in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mainly because they banned Speedos.
Banned Speedos at the nude beach?
Daisy, don't get started. Simmer down there. In Houston, city workers found a big screen. TV. Clog. This is one of your storms. I'm going to skip it.
Yes.
In Florida, people came home to find their inflatable pool
Deflated?
that was shaped like an alligator floating in a pool with a real alligator laying on top of it.
Oh, that'd be a good picture.
Lesson learned. Don't even think about getting into the ocean on a raft shaped like a great white shark. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Zoo in Missouri says someone made a bogus call to 911 and reported that a lion had escaped.
Oh, I like big kitties.
Yes, those monkeys, those same chimps, they got a strange sense of humor.
Stop, monkey, stop. That feels stop, monkey. Oh, that feels so good. No, that feels bad. No, stop, please.
No, don't stop. Stop.
I take it back. And you're Daisy if you do, but it's wacky but true with, well, Daisy.
All right. Here we go. In China, a man was contemplating suicide on a bridge for hours when a passerby came up, shook his hand, and then pushed him off the ledge.
No!
Oh,
how cool is that?
Cool. The man fell 3 stories onto a partially inflated emergency air cushion laid out by the authorities, and he survived.
No way.
Wow. So then the pusher said he's a 70-year-old man. He said he was fed up with the potential jumper's selfish activity. Wow. Okay.
And just Grandpa crawls up to the top of the building and just gives the guy the bridge and gives the guy a little shove off.
Traffic around the bridge had been backed up for 5 hours. Wow.
So actually, Grandpa kind of walked up to him and striked up a conversation first.
Yeah.
He did. Listen.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
And you got shoved off the bridge.
Well,
That's horrible. People
I'm
don't-
glad he made it.
Did you see the lady? There was an old guy getting off a subway train. It was on YouTube, and it was on the news. And it was an old guy getting off a subway train, and there's a lady behind him that thought he was going too slow, trying to get his walker off the train, and she shoved him out. Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
That's the kind of stuff I'm going to do. Yeah.
Self-obsession
Yeah.
is a disease.
I like it.
The strain was terrific. And impossible though it seemed, he got an idea.
He did
I'm
some...
going to go start shoving people. Angelique, come here.
He got some unintended yoga, which is our next story.
Okay, unintended yoga.
Yes.
This is called flying yoga.
Right.
We're
Tree
gonna need a
yoga. We're
bridge.
going to go into tree yoga
We're going to
now.
need a bridge.
Okay.
Okay.
A woman participating in a yoga class in Miami Beach was taken to the hospital after a tree snapped and struck her in the head. Part of the class involved tying a tightrope between two trees in a park. At one point, one of the trees snapped and struck the woman in the head. Wow. What
She got an
genius
idea.
Class.
Actually, let's go live to the scene.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
What a
So
teacher,
sad.
you know?
So sad.
Okay. That's, I think, a lawsuit.
Yeah. It'll be the first yoga class where they all wear like protective bike helmets.
There you go. All right.
Unexplained yoga accident.
Yeah. And now
That's why I do yogurt.
Oh, yogurt.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yoga's fun.
Yeah.
There's all
Yogurt's-
kinds. There's lots of
yogurt's
different
better, though.
positions you can. Yeah, it's really fun.
Don't you
All
start,
right.
Casey. Don't you start.
Well, it's true.
Don't start.
Okay. I'm stopping.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
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 All right, here we
You're
go.
a daisy if you do.
Here's a story from China about a blackbird.
Okay.
Like a ravenous one. So
I like it.
Yeah. A blackbird in China has taken its distinct dislike to a border collie and uses a weapon to antagonize the canine. The bird dives down on the dog and poops on it.
Oh.
Okay, then the dog's owner says that during the neighborhood walks with her dog, Fifi.
So even in China, they name their dogs Fifi?
Fifi?
What? Oh, no.
And he's a border collie. Can you imagine?
Can I see if I can? Fifi.
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 Next up,
Okay.
Fifi.
Fifi.
Right, but okay. Then the bird will fly down from tree to tree, screech at the sight of her dog, and swoop down and drop a poop bomb.
Oh.
The bird will often carry out more than a dozen missions during their walk. Sometimes,
Missions.
sometimes actually hitting its target. The attacks have been occurring since April, and sometimes the angry bird becomes a general and recruits 4 or 5 other birds to watch its bombing maneuvers.
Birds are crazy.
Wow, what a smart bird, but not in a good way.
All right. Once again, live to the scene with KCHW.
Wow.
They're fighting over him. I like it. I like it. Okay.
All right, we're going to Houston.
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 Houston. Let's pronounce it correctly. It's Houston.
Houston.
All right.
All right,
I got my hat on.
Houston? Okay. Officials in Houston are asking neighbors to check inside their storm drains after a big screen TV was found clogging a drain in the city. A resident of the Houston neighborhood said the TV had been in the storm drain for some time before it was removed. Witnesses said the TV appeared to be a 40-inch flat screen. I wonder if that's what happened in Spokane when the flash flood, you know?
I knew Texans were
drains.
big, but I had no idea their toilets and their storm drains could have had onto a 40-inch TV.
Oh, right. Houston, we have a problem.
It's a big problem. We got a toilet clogging the drain.
It's time to take off.
Who's gonna crawl down and get that?
You're off the edge of the map, mate. Here there be monsters.
I'm not crawling into a Houston sewer drain. Oh, thank you, Daisy. That was a charming story.
Oh, you're welcome.
right.
I didn't write it, but anyway.
Okay.
A man in Pennsylvania was caught at a supermarket.
Hold on. Can you imagine the guy that passed that? Sorry.
Passed it? Whoa, Scott. Okay.
Keep going, 'cause I didn't say that.
Okay.
Okay.
They are big. Okay. Okay.
Why did they make $10 hats?
And size 20 shoes.
Okay.
All right, a man in Pennsylvania was caught at a supermarket after he stuffed 23 cans of Red Bull and 2 bars of soap in a backpack and tried to leave. A store worker confronted the man, who then dropped the bag in a scuffle. Police later caught up with the man and placed him under arrest. So, wow.
Wow. You know what happens after you drink 23 cans of Red Bull?
Turned black and blue. And
Oh, man. That's cool.
Oh, now we're going to Poland.
Uh-oh.
This
Uh-oh.
is interesting.
Okay.
2 robbers broke into a bank in Poland and started going through the desk drawers and tried to break into the bank vault. The robbers were a pair of girls, ages 11 and 7.
No.
Wow.
No.
What have they been watching? I mean, the first thing is, the games or the TVs, or where did they get all that?
Well, I think I know what they've been watching, the nightly news.
Oh, that's it.
And
Right.
they've just had enough.
And they've had enough.
Well, and you should know something about these 2 robbers.
I don't ever want you associating with little girls.
Why not, Mama?
Because little girls are the devil.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And both you and Angelique were little girls.
Yes.
Yes.
But
Just saying.
just saying, and it goes both ways. Takes one to know one. So there is a good news channel I did talk about last night.
Okay.
RT.
Okay.
And seemed to have some very valid information, real progressive, proactive, as far as talking and doing things in the news media versus the wah news that we get with whining.
All right.
Yeah, wasn't it pretty good?
It was.
Yeah,
All right.
it was decent. So I just want to point that out. That's not all the news.
Daisy and Angelique have an idea to do a happy news show.
Oh yes, we do.
It'll be the
Yes.
first
I've
news.
already
It'll be the first
yeah.
happy news show on the face of the planet. And it'll come from Chihuahua,
Yeah.
which makes it even better. And that is your odd news for
Friday, May 24th.
And there's only one way to go out. I got to do it.
Stop, monkey, stop. Stop, monkey. Oh, that feels so good. No, that feels bad. No, stop, please.
In the middle of the darkness, creeping round your door, in the shadows of a foggy night, can you hear him call? Reaching out for something that's not really there. Just another lonely night, there's danger in the air. In the back of an alley, don't step around. Somebody's watching, don't make a sound.